Hi there YouTube, this is Daniel back again with another YouTube video. This time I'm switching the setup because it's really dark outside after work nowadays. So I figured this is the room where I could rig the most lights so you could see what I'm filming. Today I'm gonna show you guys my sort of haul video for Con Stockholm. I went to Comic-Con last weekend and met up with some friends and had a really great time at the con and around the con. Just hanging around, meeting up with friends and having a blast basically. Comic-Con here in Sweden is quite a new phenomenon. We do have some sort of sci-fi fairs and comic book festivals, and this used to be a gaming oriented show. It used to be called GameX, basically Game Expo here in Stockholm, but lately they switched it up and adopted the name Comic-Con with Comic-Con GameX last year, and now they just use the name Comic-Con, so it's a smooth transition to more pop culture oriented expo. So it was a bit less of computer games and video games and stuff, but still there were companies having their spots on the show floor, and one of the best booths, so to say, were one of the games actually. I really did like the game Little Nightmares. Their booth was amazingly put together. But enough about that. This time I did not focus mainly on picking up comic books. I did pick up comic books, but also a lot of different stuff as well. And to start off this little haul, let's just show you the first item I picked up. This is the board game Mansions of Madness, and we did try this out the first evening on the Friday. Miriam from Schizo Cookies book blog, Joachim from Joachim Common Center, and Matthias from Matthias Lava's comic book show, comic book channel. They all met up at the con, and afterwards we went home to my place and started playing this game, which I picked up at the convention. It's a really fun, interesting game. It's in a horror setting, a very Lovecraftian horror setting, and I really enjoyed playing this game. Even though we didn't get to finish the game on the Friday evening, we might be able to finish it at a later date. You never know. But I'm looking forward to playing this many more times because it looks fantastic and it's a really nice put together game. So that's the board game I picked up at the con. I also focused on getting some prints because I want more artwork on my walls back home. And first, on the first evening or first day at the con, I just saw this artist having a spot on the show floor, and she had this fantastic little print of a ship from a TV show I love, and if you can see, it's the ship Serenity from the show Firefly. I will reframe this in a more robust frame, but I just fell in love with the print immediately when I saw it. I just knew I had to have it. And luckily she had several prints, so I got this one framed so it wouldn't get more damaged with the transport home. And last year I went to the same convention at a different locale, and I went around mostly focusing on getting comics that year. This year I went to Artist Alley, and the same artist I picked up a print from last year was there this year. And this year I picked up a print which I just thought was too cool to leave at the convention, and it's a Darth Vader print. It looks really cool to me. I can't wait to frame this. It's got a matte finish to the paint, so I don't want to bring it out of the plastic slipcase or plastic bag or whatever it's called, just so I won't scratch the paint from the print. But I really do like this. It's a really fun mashup with Darth Vader in the power suit. This year I decided to fund or help fund a Kickstarter for a book, which I will show you later, that I picked up at the con instead of having them ship it to me. And this year it's a Swedish comic book creator called Kim W. Anderson. He has created several other series before this. This is his third big series, I think. And he had different tiers on this Kickstarter, and I chose a tier where I could get the book with a dedication inside and a small sketch and extra poster or a print from the book. And he was nice enough to give me an extra print with another motif, just because I picked it up at the con instead of having them ship it to me. And the first print I picked was this, the official one, and I believe he made this one as a official poster for Stockholm's comic book festival back in May. And this is a post or a print with the main character from the new book, Astrid, which is being published by Dark Horse later this month. And I just love the coloring and the line work. I love his artwork, his art style. So if you have the chance, maybe you can look him up or check some of his books out. So that's the first print I picked up from Kim W. Anderson, and this is the second one. This is a scene from one of his anthology books he published here in Sweden, and it's been published by Dark Horse in America as well. It's called Love Hurts, and it's a complete collection, I think, with both trades made into one. This one is, yeah, I really liked it, so I figured why not. And he signed both of them, as you can see down there. Okay, so now we have some books. There are just 4 of them. One is the Kickstarter, and I'm a bit saddened that I didn't pay enough attention to the book in the bag when I put other things into the bag, because the dust jacket got a bit damaged because of my recklessness. but I figured I might be able to press it or somewhat salvage it. You might pick it up, pick the creases up from the camera. You may not, but it's Astrid with a dust jacket, which was not one of the first rewards for the Kickstarter, but he reached a few stretch goals, which made it possible to add a dust jacket to the book. And at the back of the dust jacket, all the names that supported the Kickstarter will show, and my name is just about there. Let's just give you a sample from the art in the book. It looks like this. So it's a sci-fi fantasy story. If you're into sci-fi or fantasy, this might be something for you. Yeah, I'm really happy. I've been waiting for this for over a year now. I've been waiting for the Kickstarter to be announced and waiting for news about the book. Yeah, I'm just happy to have it, and I will start to read it as soon as I can. The next two books are actually pickups from a friend of mine. He had these and needed to get rid of them. I think he had double copies or something. It's Joachim Comic Center, for those who might be interested in that. He graciously enough agreed to sell these to me. First book is Infinite Crisis, so now I have the complete Crisis on the Infinite Earths and Identity Crisis, and now Infinite Crisis and Final Crisis as well. So I'll probably read these back to back, not knowing anything if it's the right thing to do or something like that. But I'm just happy to have these. I hear the Crisis books are quite a good read. And the second book I picked up from Joachim Comic Center, it's Invincible Iron Man by Matt Fraction and Salvador Larroca, book 1 or volume 1. It's in the oversized hardcover format. I've been wanting to read more Iron Man stories. I've read Extremis, and I read an old story by Bob Layton, and I enjoyed those stories, but I wanted more, and I just don't know where to start, so I figured this might be a good jumping on point. I might be totally wrong here, but that's one of the reasons I decided to pick this up. And I hear that this is insanely out of print, so I was probably lucky to get this for about cover price, and he was gracious enough to sell it to me for about cover price. So yeah, I'm happy to have this. And now I have to show you the final book as well. This is not an out of print book or anything, or hard to get. You could probably find it at in-stock trades or local comic shop or anything, any outlet you might think of. But it's Invincible Iron Man book 2 by Matt Fraction and Salvador Larroca. I'm just happy to complete the set. I know it continues. There was supposed to be a third book, but it never got to print. So I'll probably pick those up in trade paperback or premiere hardcover or something like that. But I'm happy to have these two at least, and I can't wait to start reading some Iron Man stories now. Well, so I hope you didn't mind the bad lighting situation here, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what I picked up at the convention here in Stockholm. Even though it's not all comic books or comic book related, I hope you found found some of these pickups interesting, and if you do want to know more about what I picked up and what I think about them, or if you have any questions about the books I picked up or the prints I picked up or Kim W. Anderson or whatever, just leave me a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.